I'm Mary Day, and today I'm going to be teaching you how I taught my dog how to hold. My cat is here to make an appearance because she wants attention. First thing you're going to need is, well, what I did is 2 cans, and I have one that's full and one that's empty. The reason we started with cans is because one of the first tasks that I wanted her to learn would be to get cans from the fridge. So that's what we started with. I like them personally because you can have the same object with 2 different weights, and I've seen people do like dumbbells, and that seems to work really well for them. That seems like a really good idea, but I didn't go out and buy anything, so you shouldn't have to either. And so you're gonna need those and some trading treats. My cat wants some. If you can hold this in your mouth, Cookie, you can have some. Okay, I might have to stop this and put the cats up. Oh, thanks, Cookie. Oh. Okay, cats are back up. Trading treats. Got one of these. Ooh, what's this? So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take the empty can, and Mr. Girl, you're so hard to see. Come here, can you sit? What we're gonna do is I'm just going to press this to her nose, and I'm not gonna do any commands. I'm just gonna kind of teach her that this object is good. Good girl. Now with Esther, she already knows how to do this. This is our 3rd take trying to do it, so she especially knows what she's doing. But you're gonna wanna do this multiple times. Me and Esther did training sessions in bursts of like 5 minutes, a couple times a day. It wasn't that hard to teach her because she's a retriever, and I don't have a problem getting things in her mouth. I have a problem getting things out of her mouth. Yes. So to start, basically what we're going to do is we're going to do a bunch of little steps closer to the goal that we want, rewarding along the way. So we're not going to start off with hold it. We're not going to just jump right in. We're going to start with making the association between the can being good, the can being in your mouth is good, and all of those kinds of things. And you're gonna wanna make sure your dog is solid on the first step before you move on to the second step. And your dog will tell you how fast or slow you'll need to go. And if you move on to the next step and they're struggling, no big deal, just go back down to the second step and work on that a little more, the step below, and just work on that. So the first thing that we're gonna do, Esther Girl, can you sit? Good girl. We're just gonna touch the can to her nose, and we're just gonna reward. I don't use a clicker because I'm just not super coordinated, and I always end up saying good girl first and forgetting to click the clicker, and I'm just not good at it. If you want to clicker train, you do you. I need to be clicker trained because I'm the one that's bad at it. So I'm just going to touch it to her nose and immediately give her a reward. Good girl. And now this is our 3rd take, so Esther already knows what she's doing, and she's already going ahead and kind of booping the can. Come here, sit up, you lazy dog. That's gonna be our next step, is having them boop the can. But you're just gonna put it up. Good girl. Good girl. Now again, you're gonna do this as many times as your dog needs. Esther already knows this, so we're gonna move on. Now I'm not gonna put it all the way up to her nose, but I am going to reward her when she does boop it. Good girl. And your dog may not do it at first. They may not know what to do, and that's okay. You just kind of put it there, kind of encourage them to know, like, what is that? What's going on? I got a treat under my nail. So you just encourage them to kind of just explore the area, and then as soon as their nose makes contact with the can, boom, reward. Good girl. Oh. There you go. She's a good girl. So, are you tired? I love you. So the next step that we're going to do is we are going to we're gonna just ever so slightly press in to the mouth, just enough for them to open their mouth, and we are not forcing it in. If they turn their head away, if they look away, if they don't want anything to do with it, again, go back to the previous steps. Do not force your dog to open your mouth. You're just kind of guiding them to the point where they know what you want them to do. And we're also going to add a take it command. The take it is the precursor to hold it. Can you sit? Good girl. You take it? Good. So as soon as the mouth opens, good girl. Try that again. You know what you're doing. You take it? Good girl. That's a good girl. And again, we'll just repeat that as many times as you need. Your head itches. Oh no, I got my eyebrow on my shirt. I never wear makeup and this is why. Next, we're going to add a take it command, and we're going to place the item all the way back into the mouth, but we are not going to let go of it yet. So that's gonna look like this. Esther girl, can you sit? Good girl. Take it. Good girl. And again, with the advice from the last time, we are not forcing it into their mouth. We are simply placing it, guiding the object. We are not forcing it. Do not do that. You take it? Good girl. Good bean. Ooh. Got these like big meatball treats. Gotta break them up. I think you got it all. No, sit back up. You sit. You girl, Esther girl, sit. Thank you. You take it? Good. Like, I'm tired of filming. Need actors' rights for filming. No, she's fine. So, once your dog has that step down, they're comfortable with you placing an item in their mouth, then what you're going to do is you are going to let go for just a slight second. And that will look like this. You take it? Good. All right. At this point, you don't want them to drop it. That is a whole nother command we're gonna work on later. And you wanna take the item back. Don't have them drop it into your hand. You can say, take it. Good girl. You take it. Good girl. You're such a good holder. So that is take it. Actually, before we move on to hold it, now we're going to move on to the full can. It feels different. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to not letting go of it again and repeat the past two steps that we did. Can you sit? Thank you. Take it. Good. This can feels a lot different in their mouth, and they may be confused about it. And if they don't have with the empty can down, don't stress them out by going to a heavy can and different objects just yet. It's okay. Just go at your dog's pace. You take it. Good. And then again, you're going to do the same thing, ever so slightly letting go. You take it. Good girl. And if they are struggling to do something, oops, don't punish them, and also don't reward them. If they're not doing the behavior, no big deal, just try again. And if they're struggling, go back. Not do that. They're not being disobedient. Like, imagine if you were trying to learn something from somebody and they didn't speak English at all. And every time you, like, reached for something, they were like, no. You were like, you didn't know what you could touch, you didn't know what you couldn't touch. You like, reach out, no, no. You'd be scared, and that'd be terrible. And that's kind of the same way with training a dog. Like, encourage them along the way to learn. Don't punish them for not being human. Can you sit? Good girl. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to hold it. Go back to your empty can. And what you're going to do is place your finger underneath your dog's chin And like, see, I'm not hardly touching it at all. It's just a kind of reminder to keep your head up, and this way they don't feel tempted to drop the item. And we are going to start off with half a second, and then once they have half a second, then a second, and then 2 seconds, and then 3 seconds. And we're not holding their head up, we're not using force, it's just kind of a guide so that they know, like, oh, I shouldn't put my head down. And yeah, you take it, you say take it, put the item in, put our finger here, and say hold. Good girl. You're a good demo dog, huh? I was in slow-mo. Fast, it would look like this. You take it, hold it. Good. Good. And then you can build up duration. So you take it, you hold it. Good girl. Now, that was a big jump. I did that long duration jump because Esther already knows what she's doing. She already has this down. But again, maybe it takes your dog 100 times doing that same step over and over. Do it in little bursts. Be patient. They'll get it. And if they don't, then they don't. They're dogs, and they have a right to choose. If they don't want to do it, you don't want to do it, huh? You're not going to do it. You do want to do it, because we make it fun, and they get rewarded for it. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to take it, and we're going to do the same step with hold it starting over without having our finger under. So we're going to go back to a millisecond. If you have up to like 30 seconds with your finger under, still go back to half a second, and again, until your dog has it. Can you sit? And that looks like this. Can you take it? Can you hold it? Good. Good girl. And again, once they have 1 second, 2 seconds. You take it, you hold it. Good. And again, we did a big jump because Esther already knows that, but that's kind of what it looks like. And with Esther, I didn't teach a drop it command right away. Actually, I taught it to her a couple months later. If I told her to hold something, the only way to get that out of her mouth was to put it in my hand. And her command is let me see. You can do whatever command you want to do, and this is like a whole nother step, the let me see command, but I'm just saying I didn't teach her a drop it because I didn't want her to drop the items she was holding. So if I told her to hold an object, she wasn't allowed to drop it. She was only allowed to give it to me. And then if she picked up something that she wasn't supposed to have, I would just tell her no. And that usually would make her drop it. But then we learned drop it later on, and she's good. But I didn't want to teach hold and drop it at the same time, so she didn't know, when should I hold, when should I not hold? If I give something to you to hold, you hold it until I ask for it back. To get your reward, obviously. And you have to be the one that's reasonable with the duration of the time they're holding stuff. And she's a retriever. She sits with things in her mouth all the time that she shouldn't have in her mouth, and she just sits there and holds them. So when she was a puppy, when she was in training and she would start to get antsy, like if we were out in public, I would give her my keys to hold, because just having that object to hold would calm her down. Not calm her down, but like if I could tell like we were getting towards the end, I would give her my keys and like have her hold them on the way back, just because she liked it. It was like a pacifier. Oh, my sweet girl. You see it? So after you have hold it with the empty can, of course, now you go up to the full can, and you're going to want, again, I didn't tell you to start yet. Again, you're going to want to build up duration because this is a whole new object. So again, go back down to 1 second. You take it, you hold it. Good girl. Oop. And you can build up duration again. You take it, hold it. Good girl. You're such a good holder. Yes, you are. You're such a good holder. Yeah, that was a tiny piece. You can have that piece. And then, once your dog has the command down solid, you can start practicing with a whole variety of items. You take it, you hold it, Thank you. You need to take it? Oh, are you good? You need a cough? You good? Okay, yeah, there you go. You take it? You hold it? Thank you. Can you sit? Can you take it? Can you hold it? Thank you. Can I see? Oh yeah, someone's coming up the stairs. Our neighbor came home. That's not for you. It's not a friend. Okay. Can you take it? You hold it? You're so good. You're so good. Thank you. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Let me see if we can give you something challenging. What's something hard for a puppy? What is pillow? You take it? Oh, you got a cough? You take it? Good girl. You can figure it out. You got it. You can do it. That's not taking it. Can you take it? I know it's a challenge, huh? You take it? Good. Can you hold it? That's a smart girl. That's a girl. You did it. You're so smart. You figured it out. Good girl. Yes, ma'am. And so, yeah, that's how I taught my dog to take it and to hold it. Thank you. High five. Yes, you're such a good demo. I love you. Well, oof. Okay, James Charles. So, yeah, if you found this video helpful, let me know. If you taught your dog how to hold it, I'd love to see pictures and videos and stuff like that. If you have any comments or questions, leave those down below too. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if you guys want to see more training stuff like this and to see more of Rooster Girl demoing. Let me know that too. And I hope you guys have a great night. Hey, come here. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Yeah. Oh. Again, I'm James Charles.